Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is very exciting because I'm doing another DIY organization video because you guys seem to really like my last one. And I really love making these videos. I think they're so much fun and I really want to help you guys out for the new school year. And of course, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And to give you guys a heads up, I'm so excited to announce my partnership with Postit and Scotch. I literally could not think of a better partnership for my channel. I'm so beyond excited to work with them and to produce some really fun organization videos for you guys, because if you know me, that's like my specialty. So I'm really excited about this and I hope you guys are too. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Starting with our first organization DIY, we are going to be creating a Post-it notes dashboard. So basically this is just a little kind of hub to go at the beginning of your binder so you have Post-it notes on hand and on deck when you need them. So I started off with a piece of paper or a cardboard essentially. I'm just cutting up this old file folder to make something because you're going to want to have a thick base for this. So any piece of cardboard or just thicker piece of paper will work for this. Since I did have to create my own though, I did cut it to size of a regular page and then cut out 3 holes. The Post-it notes that I'm using today are part of the Rio collection, so you get 5 super vibrant and bright colors, and I actually thought these would come in like one stack, but they are all separate. So this worked out really perfectly because you're going to want to separate all of the colors and arrange them however you like. And to fill the space at the bottom right, I am taking a Post-it note durable tabs. This comes with orange, green, and pink, so I'm just placing that down and kind of arranging everything. You can totally change this up and add larger Post-it notes with smaller Post-it notes, totally customizable and whatever you're going to use. I also do suggest maybe labeling them for different subjects. If you want to have a certain color for a certain subject, maybe labeling that would be really helpful, but I just went ahead and wrote mark it off because I thought it was cute. And then taking some Scotch tape, this is the double-sided tape, I'm going to be adhering the Post-it notes down to the piece of cardboard. And I'm just applying 3 strips to the back of the Post-it note and then sticking it down and pressing firmly. Once you have repeated that step to all of the Post-it notes, you are pretty much done. Of course, you can go ahead and decorate this further if you want to, totally personal preference, but that is pretty much it for this DIY. I think it's so easy, but also so useful, and I definitely wish I used this when I was in school because I feel like it would have been so helpful for any reminders or any little notes that you want to take during class that maybe don't need to be necessarily written on a bigger piece of paper. They say you are 42% more likely to get something done once you've written it down, so I think this is the perfect DIY if you maybe want to stay a little bit more organized this year at school. I definitely wish I did this because it is so cute, and who doesn't love Post-it notes? I feel like they're one of the best parts about going back to school is getting fresh Post-it notes in a bunch of fun colors. My next organization tip for you guys is to laminate your important notes. So what I mean by this is take whatever kind of piece of paper you want or a Post-it note, write down an important note. Mine, for example, is going to be the doctor's office phone number. Of course, this can be whatever you guys need to memorize. If it's something that you need to memorize for a test or whatever you want and you want it to stay durable, go ahead and write it down on a Post-it note and grab some Scotch shipping tape. So this is like a clear, really thick, durable tape, and it comes in this really cool dispenser. So if you guys are moving anytime soon and you need some packing tape, definitely check this out. But this does a really great job of sealing an important note. Basically, you are self-laminating, and I used to do this all the time. This works really well for projects and different things too, but it just makes it really durable, so it's not going to get any water on it if it does happen to get a spill or something, and it just makes it really like durable basically. So if you want something to be super durable and last a really long time, then definitely seal it up with some Scotch tape because it's just a nice little hack to do. And I trimmed off the edges just to make it super good. With this orange color, it kind of looked like a piece of cheese, but you guys get the point, and I think it's just a really good little tip. The next organization tip for you guys is securing your binder pages. So for this, you're going to need your regular piece of paper and some Scotch tape. I'm using the transparent tape, and this is also a little bit on the thinner side, so it worked really well. Take whatever page you want to secure and place the tape over top of each of the holes. Following that, all you have to do is just re-punch the holes. You could totally run this over the entire seam of the page, but I figured just covering each of the holes is good too. And I was always so annoyed when my pages would rip out of my binder and I'd have to go buy those little donut things. So this is a nice little hack, and pretty much everyone owns Scotch tape, so I think this is a really good one. Now this next organization tip is a little bit of a basic one, but that is to flag important pages. So I'm not just talking about in my planner, in which I am demoing today, but you can also use this in your textbook or workbooks, and flagging off different pages that maybe you don't understand or you have a question about. These are also really great because you can write really small if you have a question, because I always forgot my questions if I didn't write them down. So that's a really good use for these things. You can also mark off the pages as to where you are in the books, and for me this planner has a page a day, sorry. So it does get a little bit confusing because there are a lot of pages, so marking it off really saves time. Moving on to another organization DIY, this is for a reusable weekly schedule, and I think this is so cool if you guys are in college and you want to meal prep, or if you guys have a lot of activities, or if you're like a mom and you want a chores list. This is so great, and I found the idea on Pinterest, so I'm not taking credit for this obviously, but the first thing you're going to want to do is grab a regular piece of paper and then lay out 6 Post-it notes and kind of spread them out evenly. That I found to be the hardest part, surprisingly, but go ahead and place those down. Once you have placed those all as evenly as possible, go ahead and take a marker and write the days of the week, and you can use the 6th Post-it note to write the weekend, so you can kind of combine those or do them however you like. Again, personal preference. Once that's all written down, I then took my marker and just kind of decorated it. So I did some dash lines and I did some regular lines. Either way, you want to make sure you have an outline for each of the Post-it notes. That way, when you go to reuse it, you know exactly kind of where they should be placed, and then you can go ahead and write on them however you like. Use them for whatever you like. I'm gonna show you guys an example of if you were using this for like a dinner plan. I think this is really great if you guys want to kind of stay on track with something. This would work perfectly being hung on your fridge, and then once the week is complete, you can go ahead and take off the Post-it notes and put a new set on, and then use that again for whatever you want. Another example that I wanted to share with you guys is maybe a chores list. So if you guys want to stay on track with cleaning your house or apartment, or even just your room, or you have kind of a lot to do, writing down different tasks like vacuuming and dusting would be a really good use for this as well. Again, I just really like the fact that it is reusable and you can pretty much use it for anything. And the final organization tip I have for you guys in this video is, again, a little bit of an obvious one, but I find it super effective. So if you have something you want to memorize from like a language class, or even if you're a forgetful person and you always end up forgetting your lunch or something, write it down on a Post-it note and stick it around your apartment, or at least stick it where you're definitely going to see it, like on the bathroom mirror or by the front door. This way you're going to always see it and you're going to start memorizing it, and it's just really good to have things super visual, and that way you don't forget things. So that is the last one. I'm sure it's like something you guys probably already do, but I did want to include it in case maybe you don't. Let me know in a comment down below which DIY or tip you guys like the best, and if you have any more to share, please leave them in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to check out Post-it Note and Scotch. I will have links to the products I used in today's video down below, and you can check out my previous videos over here and subscribe to my vlog channel if you are new. I love you guys so much, and I will chat with you in my next video. Have a great day!